Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Afiq bin Rosli and my main members is Muhammad Azmi bin Muhammad Hatta. Today we will present about post-consumer plastic management. Introduction. Plastic are ubiquitous. As we know, there are a variety of application plastic every day and many are simple discharge after a single use. Plastic don't biodegrade very quickly and present a huge problem to the ecological and environmental. Nearly every pound of plastic we have ever produced is still in the environment, such as in oceans, on the streets, and in landfill. And this will only continue to grow as more plastic are produced. Post-consumer plastic is created from plastic that was used in the manufacturing of an item and was then discharged, picked up, cleaned, and reprocessed when the item was no longer needed. Post-consumer product plastic help to close the loop by diverting waste plastic away from the landfill and towards recycling center. Problem statement. Since year 2000, the plastic manufacturing business has grown at one of the fastest rates. Malaysia has around 1,300 plastic firms and export resins worth 30 billion Malaysian ringgit to plastic producers worldwide in 2016. Agriculture, household, packaging, construction, electronics, automotive, and other subsectors such as plastic furniture and medical device comprise the Malaysian plastic industry. Packaging is the main end use for Malaysian plastic. Long-term usage and exposure of plastic and plastic product to high temperature can lead to leaching of toxic chemical constitute into food, drinks, and water. Indiscriminated disposal of plastic on land and open air burning can lead to the release of toxic chemical into the air causing public health hazard. Objective of this study is to identify the factors that lead to post-consumer plastic by using cause and effect diagram. Second, to design post-consumer plastic management to reduce impact toward environment and surrounding. National policy. In July 2019, Malaysian government under National Solid Waste Management Department have introduced several policies to address plastic waste. First, Action Plan for a Beautiful and Clean Malaysia, ABC. Formulate this policy to produce a national uniform municipal solid waste system that was productive, environmentally sound, and socially acceptable in Malaysia. Second, National Strategic Plan for Solid Waste Management in Malaysia, NSP. The NSP proposed 6 strategies to guide solid waste legislative, institutional, and infrastructural planning and management in Malaysia, including an action plan to act as a roadmap for the implementation of the NSP. Third, Master Plan on National Waste Minimization. The vision of WMP is to realize a material cycle society where waste minimization activities are systemized and superficially enrolled in the behavior of government, private sector, and people in Malaysia. Lastly, National Solid Waste Management Policy. The aim is to establishing an integrated solid waste management system that is comprehensive, cost-effective, sustainable, and acceptable by the public, emphasizing environmental protection, selective of the affordable technologies, and ensure the public health.
Alright, I will continue with the cause and effect diagram. So this is our cause and effect diagram, or the other name is fishbone. The cause and effect diagram is to know the cause of post-consumer plastic. The biggest consume to post-consumer plastic is packaging, especially food packaging, and others is plastic furniture such as plastic goods or household. Others can be construction, agriculture, automotive, and electronics. Electronics such as wire, casing, and medical part also will consume to post-consumer plastic such as glove and manufacturer. Manufacturer is like a scrap part of the plastic. Alright. So next is the flow process, how to manage the recycle to be used as a post-consumer plastic. Alright. So this is the flow process, how to manage the recycled plastic. So the first thing is to classify the grade of the plastic, which is higher grade or lower grade. Then continue to analysis, either it should be reinforced with fiber to maintain and improve the material properties, or it can be directly manufacture new product. Alright, so after the manufacture the new product, it can be sell to consumer to be used. Alright, so after customer use the product can be recovered with three things: either recycle, reuse, or incinerate. So the product can be reused. For example, the bottle can be used as a vase to plant the flowers, or it can be incinerated, which is it cannot be used or recycled. And for recycle, it can be returned to classify the grade plastic by the organization that into of the plastic, and the organization will continue. Is it can be manufactured to new product, or it must be incinerated. Right. So the process will going to cradle to grave, or it will be going to cradle to cradle. So that's the how our plan to manage the recycle plastic. So as a conclusion, plastics are ubiquitous, which is plastic don't biodegrade very quickly and present a huge ecological environmental problem. There are 5 benefits in practices using post-consumer plastic. The first one is reduce pollution across ecosystem. During the manufacturing of the plastic, petroleum is burned. This produces huge amount of greenhouse gases. Recycling plastic instead of manufacturing it from scratch hence indirectly reduce emission of hazardous greenhouse gases. Alright, the second one is require less energy and helps conserve natural resources. Manufacturing of plastic from scratch requires much more energy compared to producing product from recycled plastic, and around 40% of petroleum consumption can be reduced by simply recycling discard and old plastic waste. Alright, third, save fast depleting landfill space. 7.4 cubic yards of landfill space can be saved by recycling 1 ton of plastic. Eases the demand of fossil fuel consumption. Recycling plastic and recovering as much raw material as is possible, the consumption of crude oil can be reduced significantly. Besides, a ton of recycled plastic saved 7,200 kilowatt hours of electricity, or about enough energy to run a household for 7 months, according to a study from Stanford University. 5. And the last one, promote a sustainable lifestyle. If businesses work along with their internal and external stakeholders toward creating awareness and promoting positive impact of plastic reuse and recycling, they are bound to bring about a sea change toward environment conservation. So that's all from us. Go green, there is no planet B. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.